Hello everybody, I am Peppino back for more Kerbal Space Program, and here we are with Luke Kerman on the surface of the Moon. And I have waited a little bit so that we get to see this in a little more light, seeing Kerbin there, and we can actually see the surface of the Moon now, or the Moon, sorry. We're not in complete darkness. There's the sun, and I actually took a couple pictures, and I'm going to use one of them for the thumbnail for this series. For those of you who haven't noticed, there are some ads now on my videos. I am a YouTube partner now officially, so yay. That's very good, which means a couple things. Mainly a lot more videos, so that's good. But another thing it means is that I will get to make custom thumbnails, and what I'm actually going to do is post them all on my Facebook page, so you guys can use likes to determine which one you want to be the thumbnail for this series. So I'll come up with a couple things, and hopefully either by the time this video is posted or a day or two after, I will have all those thumbnails up, and I'll give you guys a little bit of time to vote. I'll have a link to the page down in the description of the video, so if you want to like me on Facebook, that would be very helpful, and we'll be doing stuff like this thumbnail voting contest and things like that from time to time, as well as giving updates and things like that. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to get Luke Kerman back there to Kerbin. So he has had his time on the Moon, and he is now ready to make the return trip. So here we go. Hop over there, whee, grab onto your ladder, and let's get into the ship. There we go. Alright, now we will retract these ladders. There we go. And we are ready to take off. Alright, Luke, he's happy. I saw a smile there. And on the map, we are pointing sort of at Kerbin. So, alright. I think we're ready. Alright, so the moment of truth. Are we going to be able to make it back? Launching in 3, 2, 1. There we go. So far, so good. Everything is looking good. We're spinning a bit, but that's not too much of a problem. And yeah, everything is looking good. Let's look at our orbit. Our apoapsis is climbing nicely. We got to escape the gravity of the Moon, and then we can get back into Kerbin's gravity. And oh, starting to tilt. That's not good. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop that. No. I wonder... I'm guessing... Alright. This thing is unstable because of these things, I'm guessing. I know this middle bit will be stable if we can get just down to that. So if we have to do that, we have to do that. We'll give it one more try here. Let's point right here and stay stable. Nope, not gonna happen. It's not gonna stay, even with the RCS and SAS on. Luke, I see you freaking out there. Do not worry. We're just gonna make sure, oh, that's not what we want. Make sure, alright, we've got that tank full. And we're gonna do what we gotta do to get you home. Can we do a slow burn? That might be stable, actually, right there. A nice slow burn. Well, our apoapsis is climbing, and we aren't spiraling out of control yet. So, I'm thinking a slow burn could work. Even without the RCS on, we are looking relatively stable. Luke, you don't have to worry about a thing. You are leaving the Moon behind, and we are setting you a course for Kerbin. Now, our Moon apoapsis is climbing, and it will eventually escape the gravity of the Mune, at which point we can begin changing our orbit to land safely back on Kerbin. And we're still stable there, we can see that, so that's good. And preparing for our Mune apoapsis to get an escape. There we go. Whoops, stop, 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 stop. We're making our orbit bigger now. It's not what we want. Alright. Everything is looking good. Looking real good so far. Luke, nothing for you to worry about. Let us begin our time warp here. And prepare to bring you in for a landing. Now we're going to have to warp all the way around to our Kerbin apoapsis, which is over here. And right about here. Alright, good enough for me. Now, let's see. Pretty far off from Kerbin as well. There's the Mune and Kerbin. But, alright. Let us find out which way we need to point here, and we're going to want to burn in retrograde, which should bring us in closer. And that's not retrograde. We gotta go this way. Alright. Luke, you look a tad bit concerned, but I want to assure you, everything is going very smoothly at this point in the operation. Couldn't be going too much better. Alright, now we gotta remember, slow burn. Slow burn. Don't need a big burn even, because we're bringing ourselves in for a nice close encounter. And, you know, we could even get fancy. Let's try to land somewhat close to the Kerbal Space Center. How about that? So we'll bring you in for a close orbit, but not a touchdown just yet. And then we'll figure out how we're going to land you at the Kerbal Space Center. So, that'll be a little bit more of a challenge, but I think we've got enough fuel to do it. So, I'm going to continue our slow burn, and we're doing fine on fuel. So, bring it in to around under 1 million for sure. Let's see, can we burn a little faster than we're doing now? Yes, we can. Oh, yeah, what is that? Oh, a moon encounter. Alright, I got a little worried there, but we're not going to have to worry about that. It'll be fine. That will go away eventually. He could even go land on the moon again. We got enough fuel, we could land on the moon twice. But no, we won't. We won't do that. That would be reckless and pointless, because we want to get him home safely. That was the goal of the mission. So, alright. Bringing down our periapsis here. Doing a wonderful job. Luke, just hang in there. He's freaking out a bit. Alright. Right there's good enough. And now we can time warp all the way over to there. And once we get down there, we can bring our apoapsis down, or just bring ourselves in for landing. We'll see what we want to do once we get over there. Our orbit's a little bit off. It's not quite an equatorial orbit, but that's not a huge deal. Alright, here we go. Now, where is the Kerbal Space Center? It's looking like there's some lander debris, and there's the Space Center right there. So, let's figure out how we're going to do this. We're going to have to burn in retrograde. Alright, come on. Come on. Don't get out of control. Alright, need to go slower than that, I guess. Alright. Right here. Stop. Stop. Right there. And there we go. We're burning close enough to retrograde. I don't know that we're gonna be able to be too close to the Space Center actually, but I don't know. We'll be close enough. It's right there. We want to get ideally our periapsis to be right about here, so we'll land there, but I don't know how well that's gonna work. We'll have to see. We'll just keep this burn going, and if things work out, they work out. If they don't, they don't. But most importantly, we want to bring him home safely. So, how we doing on the fuel side of things? Still looking alright. Oh, we're starting to drift. So we got to burn even slower than we are now, which is making this take longer than it should. We still got fuel. We still got full fuel in this last stage. What we could do is detach stages, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll try burning a little more, bringing our periapsis down. I just don't want something to go wrong. Whoops. Don't want something to go wrong detaching stages or something and have, like, lose the engine or something crazy and have him stranded out in space. Because we want a successful mission above all that fancy stuff that we could get. Alright, you know what? I think this might work, actually. Our apoapsis is coming down rather quickly. We're on the opposite side of Kerbal to where we want to have our periapsis. So if we keep this burn going, and we've got the fuel to do so, we should be coming in for a nice landing, at least somewhat close to the Kerbal Space Center. Not real close, but somewhat close. So that is a good thing. And let's check on Luke. He seems a bit uneasy about everything, but, you know, it's fine, Luke. You're gonna be fine. I promise you. Well, I don't promise, but all indications say that you're gonna be fine. Can't guarantee anything. Alright, you know what? That's not doing anything for his confidence. He's probably even more scared now. Yeah, a little bit. But, hey, don't worry about it. Oh, that RCS was apparently the only thing keeping us on track. Alright. You know what? I am gonna detach stages once we stop spinning here, just because it's gonna make everything so much easier to control. So these stages will be gone. Although, no, because then they're gonna have debris up in orbit, and we don't want that. I want to keep debris out of orbit if we can. We've got plenty of RCS fuel. We can just keep doing what we were doing, and everything will be a-okay. Let's see how fast we can burn before we start to lose control. Not much faster than this. Alright, well, our apoapsis is coming down nicely, as is our periapsis. Oh, jeez. Alright, that was not a good idea. Turning off the SAS, not doing what I hoped it would. Oop. Alright. Let's see. Come here. Get right there. Now stop and burn in that direction. And, alright, our periapsis is coming down where we're going to enter the atmosphere. We're not... you know, we could actually land near the Space Center. It might actually work out, which would be pretty darn cool. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna wanna keep burning a bit. And you know what, I'm sure right here is fine. We'll burn a little longer. We've got the fuel. We got the fuel for it. Alright. Terrific. Now we can detach that stage. We'll just burn a little bit so we don't run into anything. There we go. And those legs will fly away. Oh, that's a poetic scene right there. The Mune, the sun, Kerbin, our stage separation, and Luke Kerman returning, hopefully safely, to Kerbin from the first ever, again, don't want to jinx it, but the first ever, hopefully successful Mune landing and round trip return to Kerbin. Alright, and that's all looking like it's gonna work out fine. So, now we're just gonna wait a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back when we get close to entering the atmosphere. Okay, we are doing our time warp here, and we are getting down closer. And let's take a look. Our periapsis is still in the same spot, but we're gonna have to actually burn and prograde a bit if we're gonna want to land near the space center. So let's try it. Let's give it a try. Why not at this point, really? What do we have to lose other than the life of Luke Kerman? Which, you know, whatever. No, that's a little mean. We don't want you to die, Luke. Don't worry, we don't want you to die. But, you know, we're gonna try bring you in as close as possible. Well, that's not what we want. We don't want to burn down. We want to burn like this. Just like this. Alright, we don't have RCS anymore anyway, so we can turn that off. But let's just eyeball it from here, really. We're entering the atmosphere, and Space Center is up there a ways. So, alright, we are at 58,000 meters and descending, and we could land in that ocean, but I also kind of want to try land near the Space Center, really. So we're gonna give ourselves a little more of a boost. Yeah, we'll see how this goes, because we can always slow ourselves down if we need to. So here we are burning. Luke is freaking out. He doesn't like this idea. He says, "Please just bring me down safely in the ocean." But you know what, Luke? We are better than that. We're going to get you as close to the Space Center as possible. So how do you feel about that? He probably doesn't feel too great about it right now, but hey, you know, it's fine. It's fine, Luke. It is absolutely fine. Alright, so now let's zoom in here and figure this out. We've passed our periapsis. Are we actually going up? We are. Interesting. So we're gonna have to be prepared to burn in retrograde once we get over the Kerbal Space Center. So Luke, just hang tight, little buddy. We're gonna bring you home safely, safe and sound, at Kerbal Space Center, which is right over there. And we can start our burn now, I suppose. Slow ourselves down. And zoom out a bit so we can see what we're doing. You know, well, we can eyeball it as well. I mean, we're not gonna land perfectly on the Space Center or anything crazy like that, but we can land somewhat near it, at least. So, where is the Space Center, actually? Is it up there more? It might be... Oh, hey, we're out of fuel. Well, alright then. deploy, parachutes. We are going down at least. That fuel, we used that up faster than I thought, but hey, whatever. We're going to be south of the Space Center, but that's fine. It's not a problem. Uh, Luke, you're going to land safely in the ocean near those little islands over there. And I think, yeah, I can actually see Space Center down there. Is that it? Some debris of some sort, possibly. But alright, so you are gonna be fine, Luke, as long as these parachutes work, which I'm sure they will. Nothing to worry about at all. Nothing to worry about. Alright, 40,000 meters. And dropping. There's the Space Center. We are within 70 kilometers. That's not bad. Not bad for a round-trip mission to the moon. The Mune, sorry, Mune. Still getting used to that. Alright, and we're gonna splash down where it's just gonna be a short boat ride back. So that's gonna be fantastic as long as these parachutes work. Which I have no reason to believe that they won't. Luke apparently isn't as confident. But hey, it's fine. It'll be fine. There they go. Slowing him down quite a bit. He may even be landing close to this island. Oh, terrific. He could just go hop up on that island and we could go pick him up. Alright. Down to 500 meters per second and still got plenty of altitude. Luke, you are looking golden. You are gonna land a mere 56-ish kilometers away from the Kerbal Space Center, and it is going to be fantastic. You will be welcomed back as a hero, and you'll have, I'm sure, many stories to tell, and we made sure we grabbed some rock samples from the Mune so we can study them and whatnot, and all of that good stuff. So, here we go. Coming in almost straight down now. We're going to end up, about 56 kilometers away near these islands here. And like I said, we'll send a boat to pick up Luke in a little bit. Down to 5,500 meters now. Parachutes are working great. And slowing down to near 100 meters per second. And there it is, the Mune, where we just were. It's amazing. We put a Kerbal up there, and he returned safely so far. Again, I don't think we could jinx it at this point, but you never know. But it's amazing to sit back and reflect on this accomplishment. So, congratulations, Luke Kerman, the first Kerbal on the Mune and back safely. Alright. And again, I say safely, assuming nothing goes wrong in the last 1,000 meters of the journey. Parachute should fully deploy any time now. Right about now. Yep, and perfect. A calm 3.8 meters per second. And Luke, I think you did it, buddy. You are not far from the Space Center, and 400 meters above sea level. So alright, as he comes in for splashdown, just again, thank you guys for watching, and remember, go check me out on Facebook if you would like to help me decide on the thumbnail for this series, and for some of my other series. I will be working on custom thumbnails while I get time. I'll probably be doing most of that at school, actually, during my study hall and whatnot. So they will come out when they come out. Hopefully by the time this video airs, you guys will be able to go like me on Facebook and vote on them. And again, I will be doing some other cool things hopefully in the future on Facebook. And so, alright. And again, this is episode 33, I believe. Hopefully you're enjoying this as much as I am. I really like Kerbal Space Program, so the fact that I have a fairly consistent viewing audience is good. It's not getting like 10 views, which is always a good thing because I like making the videos, so I'm glad you guys like watching them, which if you have stuck through and watched all 33 episodes, hopefully you do. Hopefully you're not just bored out of your mind and still watching, because if you hate it, by all means don't watch. But I think it's an exciting game, and it gets pretty tense when you're doing things like moon landings and stuff like that. And I got a lot of big stuff planned for the future. The future of our space program is looking very bright, and possibly sending some Kerbals to other planets, maybe? Does that sound like something that interests you? Because that's one of the things on the agenda, as well as sending a probe to Lathe eventually. But here we go, get ready for splashdown. There it is, Luke Kerman. I saw a quick smile there, Luke, don't try to hide it. Let's get you out of there. You can take a bow. And like I said, lots of big things planned for the future. This is a big step in the future of the Kerbal Space program. And so there is Luke, and we will have someone pick him up at some point soon. And thank you guys for watching, and make sure to tune in next time. Bye-bye.